Hi, my name is Tim Bartlett, and welcome to my new video blog, How to Build Thriving Teams. Now, I gotta admit, this is my first time posting blogs in this format. I'm a little bit nervous, but mostly excited, but glad that you're here with me. For those of you that maybe have followed my blogs in the past, TimBartlett.me, I'm sorry that there's been a few weeks there where there weren't any posts, but I am back on the horse, and through this new format, I'm excited to share with you some great content that's going to help you build a thriving team culture for your business and your organization. Now today we're going to talk about the 4 elements of a winning vision. I know vision gets talked about quite a bit, but I want us to take a different glance at it, something that I think is going to be really relevant for you regardless of where you're at in your leadership. Now, a vision statement is that idealized description of what you ultimately hope to achieve in the future. It's the embodiment, the mental picture of that future goal or objective that you're looking to achieve, and it's meant to inspire and engage you and your team to help you stay focused, to help you, stay on the path towards that ultimate objective. See, the thing about vision is that people are moved by vision. People sign up, they commit, they give, they march because of a vision. And as a leader, your vision can ignite your team to achieve so much more. Now look, perhaps when you look at your team, your organization, perhaps you're not quite firing on all cylinders. You're just not quite getting there. Or maybe you guys started off hot. You guys had a ton of engagement, a ton of momentum, but it started to plateau a little bit. See, it doesn't really matter how long you've been leading. It doesn't matter if you've been leading forever or you're brand new in leadership. Understanding these 4 elements that we're going to talk about is crucial to that winning vision. It's crucial to a vision that's going to continue to engage your team now and in the future. I want to challenge you to take a closer look at your team or your organization and really assess. Is your team engaged at the highest level? Are they performing at the level that they could? Are they achieving their full potential? Maybe, are you seeing lots of ups and downs in your team's performance when it really should be a steady incline up and up and up? Yeah, I would think so. I know that I've been there. And I'm sure that if you look at your team, you know that there is definitely some room for improvement here. And while vision isn't the only thing, I think it's one of the first things that we have to look at when we think about how do we build a very thriving team culture, a culture of team members who are fully engaged in the vision and embrace it and want to move it forward. So there are 4 elements that I want to talk about today. The first element of the vision is that it must be clear. And when I talk about clarity, I mean that it must be really easy to understand. There's an episode of The Office, which is like one of my favorite TV shows of all time, where Michael Scott is asking Oscar to explain to him what a budget surplus is. And he says, "Oscar, explain it to me like I'm an 8-year-old." And so Oscar proceeds to try to explain it to him, showing him an X and Y chart. And Michael Scott stops him and says, "Okay, I need you to explain it to me like I'm a 5-year-old." I love it. And look, it's really no different with a vision. It really needs to be something that's very easy to understand. I think about the Disney vision statement, and it's 3 words. It's make people happy. And look, that is a very simple thing, right? But it's very easy to understand. No matter who you are in that organization, you know what the vision is. You know what it means. The second element of a winning vision is that it must be concise. Ideally, you should be able to state it in a single breath. It should be easily repeatable and easily memorable. Now, this is important not just so the members of your team can say it easily, but the more concise it is, the more simple it is, the easier it is to really fully embrace and commit to. I think about Microsoft's vision. When they first got started, their vision was for there to be a computer on every desk in every home. And that's an ambitious vision, but it's concise and it's clear and it's guided them, and they've essentially delivered on that vision. Now, the third element of a winning vision is that it's got to be compelling. It should move people to want to act, to want to engage in it, to want to participate. Now, this goes for both your team and the people that you might be serving. That compelling vision is what's going to be that thing that keeps the forward momentum going. I love the vision from Oxfam, which is a very successful nonprofit. Their vision is stated into just 5 words, I believe, and their vision is this: a just world without poverty. A just world without poverty. It's clear, it's concise, and it is compelling. I mean, who doesn't want a just world, and who doesn't want to end poverty? The statement alone evokes that desire to want to act, doesn't it? So that compelling vision is huge. When your team is compelled by your vision, when they have a connection to it, when they believe in the values that your vision articulates, it's amazing what will happen. It's amazing how that can start to transform the culture in your business or your organization. Now, the fourth element of a winning vision is that it's collaborative. And when I say collaborative, I mean that it literally should invite and empower all members of your team to act. There should be an engagement level between your team and that vision. I think that for a lot of us who have been leading maybe for a time, maybe you've created the vision yourself, or you stepped into a role where it's maybe easier for you to connect with what the vision of your organization is. You can't assume that it's that way for every member of your team. And for those of you in business, and I'm talking to maybe the directors, the CEOs, the founders, the owners, when it's your vision, you're connected to it. And you feel like it's collaborative because everybody should be a part of it. But you got to remember this, that when your customer or your target audience, whoever it is that you're trying to reach through your business or organization, they're only going to experience that vision through their interactions with your team members. Now, the fourth element of a winning vision is that it's collaborative. And what I mean by that is that it should invite and empower every member of your team to participate in that vision. For a lot of us who maybe created the vision for our organization or our business, or maybe for those of us that lead at a high level, maybe we're a director, a vice president, or a CEO, and maybe we've embraced a vision that existed before we got there, we can't assume that every member of your team fully embraces that vision the same way. See, it's important that you make a connection with every member of your team and that vision. The team has got to believe in that vision. They've got to believe in the value that vision articulates. And when they do, it's amazing how it'll transform your culture. It's amazing how it'll transform the engagement of your team. And they no longer are just sort of workers, but they actually become owners and carriers of that same vision. They become passionate about advancing the vision that you want to see take place. So it's got to be collaborative. Now, for some of you, you may think, well, of course, it is collaborative. It's always been. But I think a lot of times we assume. And so I think it's important for leaders to spend time with their team members, asking them about the vision. Not just do they know it, but what does it mean to them? And I think you might be surprised at what you find throughout all levels of your organization. You're gonna find some folks that absolutely get it, and they feel a strong connection to it. And you're gonna find folks that don't, or don't really know what it means, or not really sure what the future is that you're trying to achieve. And so it's important to do that, and I think it's doable as well. There's lots of ways that you can solicit this type of information from your team. You can do it anonymously, you can do it in conversations, you can do it in meetings and surveys. You can use technology to do it, but I think it's important for every leader to really get a sense of how connected each member of their team is, and do they feel like it's a collaborative vision? Do they feel like they are part of it, that they actually participate in it, or are they sort of on the outside and just sort of doing whatever it is that they're told? See, a leader, an organization will thrive when they have commitment and not just mere compliance from their team.